All right, agents, listen up. We've got a new case file on our hands. It's Lesson 11, and we're diving deep into life's great mysteries. The investigation is officially active, and we need you to help us crack it. Let's get started. First things first, take a look at our evidence board. You see these keywords? Alien, conspiracy, haunted, spirits. So, what's the common thread here? Well, they all point to one thing, a really good mystery. And that's exactly what we're digging into today.
So you ready? Here is your official mission briefing. You're going to want to pay close attention to this part.
Think of this as your operational blueprint, okay? It's the confidential file that lays out all the rules of engagement. The main skill you'll be using is your reading, specifically, figuring out a writer's attitude. And to back that up, you'll need your speaking skills to clearly explain what you found.
Let's break down your objectives. First, you're going to read a text and figure out what the writer really thinks. Second, you need to come up with your own opinion and be ready to defend it. And third, you've got to master the vocabulary of mystery, so you can sound like a real detective.
All right, let's get to the main event. We're opening the primary case file. Our whole investigation is going to center on this one absolutely fascinating place known as the Winchester House.
Meet our subject. The house is located in San Jose, California, and its owner was a very mysterious woman named Sarah Winchester. And get this, the house was being built non-stop for 38 years straight, which, of course, leads us to the big question at the heart of this whole case.
Was she just building a really weird house for herself, or was she actually building a maze, a trap, for the ghosts she believed were haunting her? This is the core question you need to figure out.
Our initial recon of the site turned up some seriously bizarre stuff. I'm talking staircases that literally lead to the ceiling, doors that open up to a solid brick wall, and a ton of secret passageways. It seems like it was all designed to confuse someone. Or maybe something.
Okay, now we're going to shift gears a bit. We're not just investigating the house anymore. Now we're investigating the person who wrote about the house. Your next task is to profile the writer.
Here's your two-step game plan. First, just do a quick read-through of the text to get the general idea. Then, you're going to go back in, but this time, you're hunting for clues about the writer's attitude. What did they really think about Sarah and this crazy house?
And how do you find those clues? Well, your main targets are words that show an opinion. You're looking for descriptive adjectives and any language that shows emotion. These are like the writer's fingerprints, revealing how they truly feel about the subject.
Let's walk through a quick example. When talking about Sarah, the writer points out that she never slept in the same room twice and that she claimed to talk with spirits. All this evidence points to a clear verdict on the writer's attitude. They think she was strange and eccentric.
Now, what about the house? The writer highlights things like the stairways to nowhere and all those secret rooms. Based on that evidence, the writer's attitude is a little more complex. They seem to think it's fascinating, definitely strange, and they're even open to the idea that, hey, maybe it really is haunted.
And that brings us to the climax of our investigation. You've looked at the evidence, you've profiled the writer. Now, it's time for you to make the final judgment call.
So, it all comes down to you. After reviewing everything, what do you think? Is the Winchester house genuinely haunted? Or was this all just a creation of Sarah Winchester's own mind, fueled by grief and imagination?
You've really got two main theories to choose from. Option A is spiritual guidance, the idea that the ghosts were real and they were telling her what to build. Option B is mental disturbance, that her grief was so powerful it became the real driving force.
So here's your final directive, and it's a simple one. You have to choose a side, and you have to back it up with at least one solid reason from the text. There's no sitting on the fence in this investigation.
Okay, agents, let's wrap this up with a final mission debrief. This is everything you need to know before we send you out into the field.
Here's exactly how we'll know if the mission was a success. For your reading, you need to find two pieces of evidence for the writer's attitude. For speaking, you have to give a clear opinion and explain why. And for vocabulary, just make sure you're using those new mystery-related words correctly. That's your checklist.
And if you're wondering why we're doing all this, well, the big boss, we'll call them the principal, said it best. This whole operation is designed to sharpen your critical thinking skills. You're not just reading a story, you're analyzing evidence, you're building an argument, and you're defending it. We've given you the file, we've shown you the evidence, and we've laid out the objectives. From this point on, the investigation is all yours. The case of the Winchester Mystery House is officially in your hands.
So, that leaves just one last question. When it's all said and done, what will your verdict be? Good luck, agents.